Well, this is my first monthly podcast, and it's a good month to start off with because after the summer, Parliament's back and we've hit the ground running. I was speaking this week in a debate on the fire service, pointing out the way in which the unfair and disproportionate cuts that South Yorkshire Force is going to be facing will threaten lives here in Sheffield. I've also been taking up the case of London Met and the Home Office's cack-handed action on international students, partly because it's outrageous in its own right and partly because it's going to have an impact on the ability of all our universities, including both great universities in Sheffield, to recruit international students, which is really important to our local economy. In the first week back, I was lucky enough to win the raffle to put Cameron on the spot at Prime Minister's Questions and chose to go on the withdrawal of disability living allowance at a time when we're celebrating these fantastic Paralympic Games, and asked him why he was ignoring the appeals from Paralympians to keep disability living allowance, which made a huge difference to them and their participation in sport. In the week ahead, I'm going to be talking about university tuition fees. We've got a debate coming up on Tuesday. And I'll be asking what the government think about the consequences for the 14,000 prospective students who are losing out on university places because they can't afford them with the new fees. Back in Sheffield on Friday, I'm going to be talking about apprenticeships. But the news over the last period and for a little while to come yet is dominated by the government reshuffle, and what a disappointment that was at every level. But it just shows that David Cameron really doesn't get it, does he? Because the man that everybody wanted to see sacked, Osborne, kept his job, and the man that everybody thought was going to be sacked a little while ago because of his outrageous handling of Murdoch and News International, Hunt, has actually been given a promotion to run the health service. Isn't that scary? So the reshuffle, you can interpret it as a shift to the right, you can interpret it as cack-handed, but above all, what really needs to change hasn't changed, and that's this government's policies. We can talk about all of this and more at the next meeting of the Constituency Labour Party. I hope you'll come along and join me. It's at 7:15, Sherrow Community Forum, as usual, on the Friday the 21st of September. Come along a bit early at 6:45 and we'll have a cup of tea and a chat informally first. See you there.